Yes, what do you want?
Money, please.
Hi again and welcome back. It probably won't come as a surprise to many of you that Pook and I have quite an extensive bucket list of things that we want to do and places that we want to see. And now that they're starting to lift the restrictions here in Thailand, we decided that we should really start to get moving on some of those things and start ticking some off. So the first place we decided to visit, it's about a 4.5 hour drive from where we live, is a temple called Wat Pha Sorn Kaew. And that's easier to read than it is to say, believe me. The temple is situated in a mountain range which is in the Phetchabun province and is on the peak of an 830 metre high mountain. The area is also known as Thailand's own Switzerland, and if ever you get to see the place you'll understand why. Now, strange coincidence, as we began planning the trip we were contacted through email by a guy who owns a company, a car rental company called UD Car Rent, which is very close to Udon Thani Airport. Now, he said to us that he's seen the channel, the YouTube channel, he's seen the Facebook group, and was wondering if we'd be interested in giving his company a mention in return for the use of one of his cars for 3 days, for free of charge. Now, I explained to him right from the start, the only way that I'll promote anything at all, any company or any product, is if it's something that I've used and that I'm completely satisfied with. So that being understood, we decided to go ahead with it and went to meet Nui at his company, UD Car Rent. Okay, a few weeks ago now, I was contacted by a guy called Nui, and he runs a company called UD Car Rent. Said that he'd be interested in sponsoring us by giving us a rental car for a period of time to give it a mention and talk about his company. The thing is, I will only ever promote or talk about anything that I have tried myself and that I'm happy with. I'm not just going to take sponsorship or advertising, doesn't matter how much they want to pay, if the company's no good. And it's the same with my trading. You'll see if I promote a broker or anything like that, it's a broker that I know and I've tried and tested. So that's the only way that I'll work with a company. This is the car that we'll be using for our road trip. It's a Mitsubishi Expander, 7-seater, automatic, with about just over 5,000 kilometres on the clock. So it's pretty new. Let's go over and meet Nui, the guy who owns the company. So this is Nui, the guy who owns the company, runs it with your wife, I take it?
Yes.
Okay. How long have you been trading?
For 10 years plus.
10 years plus?
Yeah, it's a family-owned business, so we are the second generation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you're just, how far from the airport?
We are about 3 kilometers from the airport, but we offer free delivery for all customers booking in advance, and they can specify their flight number, and we deliver the car for them.
And you'll meet them at the airport?
Yes, we meet them at the airport, sort out all the paperwork there, take just a few minutes, and they can be on their way.
As I've just seen, we've just been through the paperwork here for me to take the hire car, and it's taken us no longer than 5 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So you would do the same at the airport. You'd meet them at the airport with the car, sign the paperwork there and then, off they go on their holiday or whatever they're doing.
Yes, sir, correct. That is correct.
Great, okay. And can we just look at some of the cars that you've got?
Sure.
Is that okay?
We have some cars available today. Basically, most of our cars are silver color, so you can expect that.
Sure, yeah.
We have very, very few in other color.
With a hire car, you very rarely worry about the colour, so that's fine. Nice, I like the silver colour.
So we have mini salt, we have pickup trucks, we have regular cars, all sizes.
Okay. Oh, they've got the crew cab on the pickup truck there, so you've got the 4 doors.
We have some models with canopy in the back as well for the pickup trucks.
Okay. How many vehicles do you have in all?
We have about 30, 35, depending on what season of year.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Okay. The other thing is I've got a brochure from Nui and it's showing prices, but those prices have been reduced just recently, haven't they?
Yes, they are reduced now due to the COVID. So the prices on this brochure is about 200 baht more per day, 20 100%.
Across the
Higher.
range, roughly,
Yeah,
yeah?
yeah.
So probably whatever I show you on the brochure, you're looking at 200 baht a day less than that.
So now is a good time to travel.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Good time to come and see the guy. The other thing is the insurance. Now, if you go with the standard, the insurance that's included with the hire, if you have an accident, your fault accident, or if there's any damage on the vehicle when you bring it back, how much would the customer be liable for?
We have a deductible fee of 6,000 baht maximum. The
Okay.
rest we cover and the insurance cover. So yes, we also have extra insurance for sale.
Yeah, so there's an extra insurance that you can pay for if you want, just to cover yourself so you don't have to pay that 6,000 baht, and that works out to how much?
250 baht per day, and that covers everything.
So there you go, an extra 250 baht a day and you're completely covered. If someone catches the car in the car park, if you crash into something, whatever happens, you don't pay a penny. As Nui said, if you're flying into Udon Thani Airport, you just let them know what time you're arriving, give them your flight number, and they'll meet you at the airport terminal and sort the car out there. If you're already in Udon Thani, here's a map so you can locate exactly where UD Car Rent is. And you can see they're very close to the airport terminal itself. So let's get back to the house and prepare for our road trip. What's the time, Pook? Time?
5:45.
5:45,
Yeah.
okay. So 5:45, Friday morning, we're all ready for the road trip. And where is it we're going?
Phetchabun.
Phetchabun, you've got a fly in your
We are going to Wat Pha Sorn Kaew in Phetchabun.
There you go.
Yeah.
And we're going to be going through the national park, so it should be a nice journey down. We should get some good film as well.
Yeah.
Okay, see you on the way.
See you.
Just having a quick pit stop at the service area, 7-Eleven, grabbing a coffee and a few snacks. And if you can see in the distance over there, those hills, we've just driven through some beautiful countryside, really nice. And I think what we're doing is, see way off in the distance there, those hills. And I think what we're doing is we're going to wait till we get to the national park before we have breakfast. We should have some good views to film there.
Yeah.
You're not hungry, Pookie?
No.
No?
You want some coffee?
Coffee, I want some
Okay,
coffee.
we go get coffee then.
Coffee. Cafe. 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 Those hills that you can see in the distance are the start of one of the most beautiful national parks in Thailand. We'll be driving right the way through. There's a road that cuts right the way through it.
สวัสดีค่ะ
Swadikap. Look at the mountains.
Beautiful.
The total journey is about 274 kilometres, according to Google. Should take us about 4.5 hours. Part of the journey takes us through Nam Nao National Park. From one side of the park to the other, it's 67 kilometres of winding mountain roads, and the wildlife in the park includes elephants, leopards, black bear and wild boar. So some beautiful scenery and possibly being able to see some of the wildlife in there too. This barrier up ahead is the entrance to the national park. Don't jump! Don't jump! Look at this. This is such a beautiful place, isn't it?
Yeah. Can we see tiger or elephant
That's
anywhere?
what we're looking for, tigers and elephants.
Yeah.
It looks like the Harley Davidson club's out. So what's the name of this national park, Pookie?
Wang Nam Nao
Nam Nao
National Park.
This place is absolutely beautiful, it really is. Bright sunshine as well. A few clouds in the sky, but just light clouds. And this is an area they've got marked out as a scenic area. A little map over here, let's have a look. This is a national park that we've just driven through. And there's the bridge that we've just come across, the bridge that spans the gorge. I wonder if there's a river down the bottom there. I can't really see too clear. I'll tell you something though, there's thousands of butterflies around here. Don't know if you can make it out, but way off in the distance, just behind us there, that's the temple on the hill. The scenery as we've been driving through here has been spectacular, hasn't it?
Beautiful.
Really stunning. You can see all these hills in the distance, breaking into the clouds. The clouds are covering the top of them, they're so high.
Amazing.
It really is nice. So we're going to drive up to the temple itself now. We'll do some more filming up there, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Let's go.
We go up there, it's more beautiful. Park up there and you can do more.
Okay, do you want to... Oh, you're going to film as we come up to the temple, yeah? As we turned into this small road that takes us up into the village where the temple is, there's a checkpoint there where they're checking everyone's temperatures and making sure that you use hand gel as you come through. So they're doing a bit, I suppose, to try and keep things safe.
We can start film from here and then walk into the monastery.
Is this where we're eating? This is one of the cafes just a little way up the hill from where the temple is. Beautiful views over there in that seating area. Oh, smell of coffee. Smells great. Are you ready for this?
Yes,
Are you sure you're ready for this?
I think so.
Look at that.
Beautiful day.
Isn't it stunning? Such a nice view from up here. But how long did it take us to get here? About 4.5 hours?
Yeah, about that. 4 hours, 20 minutes something.
Well worth the journey, just for the view it really is. And that's before we actually look around the temple.
Yeah.
Should we go and find the others and see if we can get something to eat?
I lost my parents.
This is when you usually start crying. When you lose your parents, you usually get worried and you start crying. So I think we're going to... Yeah, it looks like everyone's going into the cafe over there, so we'll be going in here for something to eat. I can't get over that view. It's absolutely spectacular, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It reminds me a lot of Austria when I've driven through Austria before.
Khóa. ทางนี้ โอเคเงยหน้าค่ะยิ้มค่ะ Thank you, thank you.
Did you say your brother's already ordered something, Luke?
Yeah.
What did he order?
ข้าวผัดหมู stir fry rice pork.
Pork.
Yeah.
Stir-fried rice with pork.
Yeah. And noodle.
Get the water up to temperature. Put the mix in that little pot there. I want to see him squash the noodles through. There he goes. There they come.
Okay, ขอบคุณค่ะ
Where are we sitting, baby?
Anywhere, just yeah, you sit here with me. Oh, what's your
Oh no, she's broken the chair. What are you doing? Look, bring her out to a restaurant and she wrecks the place.
เพิ่มไปนั่งข้างครูก็ได้
Sit down.
Sit down.
Sit there. You, sit there.
เปิดพัดลมไม่แห้งแล้วนะพูด
So, back to the menu. Where were we?
จานที่ไว้หลับ
ใครไม่กินน้ำเย็น
Oh, is it your mask? Put away the mask.
จานช้อนเนี่ย2 ชุดนะคะได้ค่ะ
มีผัดไทย
What's going on here?
เป็นร้านถัดไปค่ะไปสั่งได้ไหม
So what have we got so far? This is what Ton ordered as he sat down. Stir-fried rice with pork. As always, som tam.
ส้มตำปู
Som tam bu.
ข้าวปุ้น
Huh?
ข้าวปุ้น
Harbun. Noodles. And what's that there? The green. What's that?
เฟะอะไรนะ
vegetable
Just vegetables, mixed vegetables.
mixed vegetable
And what are these sauces here?
They are green curry
including
Huh?
jungle curry
Jungle curry?
อีสานสไตล์
อีสานสไตล์
น้ำยาปลา green curry
Green curry. Not very
Yeah.
green like yours.
No, they just make it like salt to go with. They're not really green. And
Did you order more noodles or not?
no, look chin fish bowl and pork steak.
Pork steak.
Yeah, not steak, satay pork.
Satay pork, like little strips. Oh, nice.
On the string.
Skewer.
But the pork is not really lean meat. It may be a little bit fat.
I'm hungry. I don't mind when I'm hungry.
อาจารย์ไม่จ้างว่า
So what else have we got here? Just been brought up.
ปิ้งหมู
What's it called?
ปิ้งหมู
Bing more. Bing more. What's that mean?
หมู is pork.
I know more is pork, but what's bing more mean?
ปิ้งเป็น grill.
Grilled pork. Bing more. And fish balls. Yeah. How much did the food come to?
990 บาท
990 baht. Thank you very much. Very
You're
kind of you. And for all those Farangs who write in saying that the Thai women spend all your money, I went to the toilet I went to the toilet just at the right moment, just as the bill was coming up, and Pook paid the bill. But she often does. So here we are. We're at the temple, but now we're considering, because it's not really that busy, but it's really hot, and you're walking around without shoes on, and the surface that you're walking on is very hot. So because our resort where we're staying is just a few hundred yards down the road, we're thinking of going to check in and then coming back later on this afternoon or early evening when things cool down a little bit. So that's exactly what we decided to do. We jumped in the car, drove down the hill a little way and found our resort, and decided to go back to the temple a little later in the afternoon when it cooled down a little bit. Just here on the right is the entrance to the resort where we're staying. I've decided to split this video into two because there's still so much to see. So coming up in part 2, Pook's brother Ton obviously enjoying himself. A tour of the resort and how much it costs to stay there. A look at the rooms and what you get for your money. And of course a tour of this amazingly spectacular temple set in these incredible surroundings. See you in part 2.